Welcome to Under 5, I'm Rune. These are my thoughts on Blue-Eyed Samurai in 5 minutes or under. Spoiler warning! So, here's my quick and dirty recap of the plot. Mizu is half white, half Japanese in a time in Japan when it's not so good to be white. Because of this, she gets bullied and has been pretending to be a boy since childhood. She's also been training to kill the only 4 white men in Japan, one of which happens to be her father. So, stuff happens. She goes after Fowler, the first of the 4, reluctantly gains an apprentice in Ringo, a sweet dude with no hands. Then she starts a rivalry with a samurai, Taigen, who is attempting to regain his honor so he can marry Princess Akemi. Said princess runs away from home to help said samurai and ends up in a brothel. Stuff happens. Mizu ends up in the middle of a war and defeats Fowler. Akemi chooses power over love, all ending with Mizu sailing off with Fowler. Despite my oversimplified and undercomplicated description, this show ended up being the breath of fresh air I really needed. I know for a fact I'm not the only one to be peeved by the lack of genuine characters in media as of late, so it's nice to find so many well-written ones working in harmony. Mizu and Akemi are wonderfully written women, both with strengths in different places. Taigen is compelling just because of his sheer will, and Ringo has miraculously managed to escape the comic relief box and climb into the compelling character box, which shouldn't have surprised me as much as it did considering the rest of the writing. Other than the characters, the visuals of this animation style are so beautiful. The scenery and interiors are visually striking, the character design is unique, and Mizu's main outfit is one of my favorite designs that I've seen in recent years. The other element that really stood out to me was the camera movement. It was framed and it moved in such a way that demanded your attention. Even when there wasn't a fight, I was captivated. Speaking of fights, the only real complaint I have is that the fight scenes, which, well, glorious, had a bit of a choreography issue. I like to call it the Last Jedi throne room problem, which, if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's the problem where the extras in the scene just kind of stand there or stare as the protagonist kills everyone. Sometimes they even wait for their turn to fight. It's really not the end of the world for me, but it definitely takes me out of the scene. Thankfully, the plot and the characters were enough to keep me watching. Mizu especially. Learning that she temporarily forgot about her revenge to get married was a trip. With nothing more to say, I'm giving this show a Rune. It's my personal stamp recommendation, so go watch it if you haven't already. Rune out.